It's a lifestyle, and I'll tell you, it's about intentionality. I came into 2024 with the theme of freedom of time, money, relationships, purpose. And I said the path to that is discipline and consistency. And so then what I said was I was going to commit to waking up at 4 a.m. every day for 2024. And I'd set a goal of rowing 1,000,000 meters on the Concept 2 rower and do that in 2024. Well, Scott, day one of January 2024, I got up at 4 a.m. I rowed 10,000 meters. Day two, day three, day four. And I looked up and it was 125 days into the new year in which I had rowed 10,000 meters per day to a total of 1.25 million meters.
Wow.
On a goal that I set for the entire year. And then I realized that the rowing season is actually May through April. So I did 1,000,000 meters for 22-23 because I collapsed the time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm at 90,000 meters doing it again for the remaining of the year. And so that came with a decision. That made a decision of saying, let me just do this, because it wasn't looking at the million. It was about, let me just be consistent. And I didn't commit to doing it in a time frame other than the whole year.
Yeah.
And I didn't commit to doing it every day.
Yeah.
But momentum. I
Yep.
said, I did it. Well, and I didn't go to bed saying I was going to get up the next morning and do it. I just said, the next day I'm going to get up and then I'll decide if I'm going to row. And it was based upon how my body felt. And so that's one thing. And the other thing I'll tell you is that wellness is the foundation of everything that I do. As an executive coach, as a business coach, I provide a holistic wellness solution that also ties into finances, because I look at spiritual, mental, emotional, relational, physical, and financial. The thing about the financial part is that if you don't have your financial wellness in order, then that can lead to financial worry, which is of the mind. Mm-hmm. Then financial worry can go to financial stress, which is of the body, and then financial anxiety, which is the mind and the body. Mm-hmm. And so the decisions that I've made and decisions that I really speak to people about is, number one, let's think about how long do you expect to live? And then what would you be doing? What would you like to be doing in that last 5 years? And then once you got that number, and then say, well, what do you need to be doing today to ensure that you're in that condition so that you can then experience your last 5 years of life? And when you put it in that context, well, then that's when you can then start to backwards plan and say, okay, here's what I need to be doing right now so that I'm in this position in the last 5 years of my life.
Yeah.
And so I get excited about that. And like I said, I'm in a season now where I'm intentionally looking for other growth-minded people who in turn want to experience life better than they've ever experienced it. And wellness has to be a component of it. And so I made some decisions 8 years ago with how I spent my money and then how I supplemented and what environments I was in, that now is totally about green, natural, non-toxic, eco-friendly. It's about, if I'm eating meat, there's no antibiotics, no hormones. It's about supplementation and doing those things. And it's about habit forming behavior.